Hey everyone, welcome back to yet another video where we talk the stock market and how to invest in it. Now today I'm going to touch on something that comes up whenever you hear advice about investing, which is the concept of diversification, which basically means spreading your money out. You don't want all your eggs in one basket, yada yada yada, same old, same old. But I feel like it gets overemphasized and overrepresented. Here's my take on it. So on the stock market, you should only invest in companies you believe in, companies you strongly believe in, companies you love, companies you don't think will go anywhere but up. If that's not what you're thinking about a company, don't invest. Quite simple. But the problem is that people tend to over-diversify. And if you invest in ETFs or funds, sure, your money is automatically spread out between hundreds of companies. But if you're picking stocks, I think people go too far with the diversification. Now, you should only invest in the companies you believe the strongest in, but if you follow that rule, you'll end up investing in one company because that's the one you believe in the most, which is a stupid idea, right? So you should obviously pick a couple different companies, but maybe not more than that. I don't want to see any portfolio with more than 15 stocks. I think that is ludicrous because there is no way you believe equally strongly in those 15 stocks. There's bound to be 3 or 4 of them, maybe, usually, that you strongly believe in. And you could have easily put all your money in those, but you've added on some other companies for safety or for diversification's sake. And this is, in my opinion, completely nonsensical. You should only invest in companies you love. If you don't love it, don't invest. If you have a lot of money and you only love one company, just put some money in that company and leave the rest in cash until you find another company. And if you have a watch list of 10, 15 stocks, just go with the 2 or 3 ones you're super excited about, because those are the companies you think will do best. If you go down this road of over-diversifying, in my opinion, at some point you have to stop and ask yourself, when did I throw out the basic concept of investing, which is putting your money where your mouth is, and ended up with all these companies I just invested in to stay safe or to spread my money out? That's the point to stop. If you find yourself with a portfolio where there's 2 or 3 stocks you just love, you froth at the mouth when you think about them, and the rest are sort of meh, they're good companies, but you just wanted to sort of fill out your portfolio. That's the time to stop. Sell every share of every company you don't strongly believe in, and if you don't want to put it all in 2 or 3 companies, keep it in cash and sit down and think about what you want to do. Maybe you want to find some new companies. Maybe you want to wait till the ones you love have gone down a little bit. Much rather dollar cost averaging or buying the dips of a stock you love, even if it's just 2 or 3, than being invested in 10 companies where 2 or 3 of them pretty well, 2 or 3 more sort of, the rest you've no clue. It was a safe company, it was big, I wanted to reduce my risk and I just sort of went with it. A big beef with diversification is something I've done a completely U-turn on, is index funds and ETFs, investing in funds, which are baskets of stocks. Terrible idea. You have no idea where your money is invested. You don't know who's investing it. You don't know what companies you're invested in. You have no clue. You are just giving your money to someone and they spread them out between hundreds and thousands of companies. You've no idea which companies they are. You've no idea what's going on, how their balance sheet is looking, if they're innovative, if they're growing revenue. You've no clue. You're gonna get 50 good businesses and 50 bad businesses if you get 100. With index funds and ETFs, you take no risk and you get your return thereafter. Now, there's this big myth that, investors who pick their own stocks only make, only make about 2% a year. I would rather pick where my money is invested, like a real investor, and get 2% one year and 30 the next year, than putting my money in some anonymous fucking fund where I've no clue where my money is invested. I don't invest in fund, no one should. And the stock market is also the backbone of our economy and of capitalism. And capitalism is based on where the best businesses gets the money and the rest dies out. It's a ruthless world, and index funds and ETFs does not support the survival of the fittest at all. All the businesses gets money, the market just goes up, there's no volatility, everyone's happy. That's not the way it should be. Some companies should be crushed. Others should go to the moon. Most people giving out investing advice are in the investing industry. Few people realize this. There's an investing industry. Vanguard, BlackRock, JP Morgan, all banks, they're investing industries. They make money off the fees you are paying them. So they're going to tell you, invest in ETFs. Here's our selection of ETFs. This is the best way to invest. 100%. Of course they want you to invest in their ETFs because that's how they make money. So, no one in the investment industry or in, finance TV are going to tell you to go out on your own like a cowboy, pick your own stocks, because no one apart from the exchanges or the brokers makes money on that. What are the ETF and index fund providers are going to do? These companies like Vanguard and BlackRock and Invesco are sitting on more money than any other company on the planet. Of course, they want you to keep your money there, and you'll end up paying so much money in fees where you could pick your own stocks and don't pay fees. So you should choose where your money is invested, and it should be invested in the best companies you can find. Those are the basic principles of investing. And if you over-diversify or pick index funds, you go against both of those principles, and I don't know what you think you're doing. So that's my little rant on diversification. Let me know how many stocks you own, or if you're a big fan of ETFs, or if you rather pick your own stocks. And until next video.